Goodbye, fan. You know what's really sad? Like, it's been summer for like 6 days, right? But it's like Australia has just remembered that. So, like, a few days ago, it was super cold, but now, within what, 2 days, it's now super freaking hot! Hello, fellow peasants. My name is Anya, and this video is going to be me reading fanfictions in relation to Deltarune, which was created by Toby Fox. But before we jump into reading, a quick disclaimer. I have not written any of the fanfictions in this video, thus I do not own them. All the works in this video have been given permission by their original creators to be used by me. This video is not for criticism/hateful purposes, it is only for entertainment. Do not go harassing or hating on the original creators, and all the links will be in the description below. So with that out of our way, let's jump right into it, and not hit the microphone. Chapter 1. Start of Anew. Chris's point of view. I have finally returned from being trapped in that darn closet, or whatever that hellhole was. I have brought Ralsei to the surface with me. I didn't want that fluffy boy stuck in that horrible place. Okay, it's true, Ralsei is a very adorable fluffy boy. He just shouldn't deserve to be down there. Hang on. He just didn't deserve to be down there. We finally reached home, and I remembered that I had to go to bed early as my punishment. Great. Chris, Whoa, okay, that was a weird-ass voice I used for Ralsei. Oh, right, I haven't even made up a voice for Ralsei yet. Wow, I'm such a great voice actress!
Chris, will I be able to, live here, or do I have to go somewhere?
Ralsei questioned while looking at me with a questionable face. I replied that it should be fine being here with me and my mother.
Okay, that's good,
Ralsei said with a relaxing sigh. I then opened the door and walked in to be greeted by Toriel. Hello, my child. Oh, is this another friend of yours? I have no idea why I just made Toriel British. Did you guys catch that? Oh, hello, my child. I'm Toriel. I'm totally British. This is totally racist. Why am I trying to mimic a British accent? Hello, my child. Oh, is this another friend of yours? She said with a smile. I replied with a yes, but asked if he could live here with us. Oh, I see. Well, he's more than welcome to be here, Toriel said with a greater smile as I see her clap her hands together. Ralsei's POV.
It seems really cool to be living with a great friend. I've never thought of it, but now it is really amazing. I heard mumbles afterwards, but I just feel Chris grabbing my paw and taking me to his room. Probably because of what I heard over the phone with him and his mom. We got to Chris's room where I see her hand two
What? Her? Okay. I have a question. Is Chris in this story a him or a her? Because at first it's like him and his mom, right? But now it's all of a sudden her had two beds. What is your preference? Chris, what is your preference? What do you want to be called?
I just rushed to the second one and flopped down in it while hearing Chris laughing in the background. This is the most fluffiest bed ever!
Well, Ralsei, that was my brother's bed, but... Oh god, cough. Cough. No, okay, I need to exaggerate. I need to make this a great cough. Alright.
From what I heard, Chris sounded fine, but it was as if he was trying to play something off. But I ignored it and laid down. Chris, I thank you so much for letting me be here with you and your mom. It's so wonderful, I said with a small squeal at the end.
Oh, wait, squeal at the end. Retry.
Chris, I thank you so much for letting me be here with you and your mom. It's so wonderful!
Well, that was a squeal.
I keep hearing Chris laughing and seeing him walk to his bed and lie down, and I hear the faint snores coming from him. Is he that fast of a sleeper? I thought to myself as I soon felt drowsy, falling asleep, then waiting for tomorrow to come.
And now there's like a little like author's note here at the bottom. Okay, that's out the way for chapter 1. I will come out with more hit. I have a carp ton of carp. I think you meant crap. I didn't literally think that you'd have like a fish, like a carp ton of... crap ton of work to do myself. But if you did read this, I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it, even though for some reason I didn't realize that I'd have to have voices for all the Deltarune characters, which is why I made up a role-say voice on the spot. But let's continue on. Chapter 2. Problems. Third person. Ralsei was sleeping still while Chris was having some problems. Chris just twitched and then threw himself up out of his bed, which somewhat woke Ralsei from the thump. Chris was in the middle of the room, and then he raised his hand high in the air, about to rip out his soul. Suddenly,
Chris, I heard a Chris!
Ralsei sprang out of his bed and tackled down Chris, having his wrist pinned down to the ground. The knife slipped from Chris's pocket, and he panicked. Ralsei just looked down at him, and the knife, in shock. Dun, dun, dun.
Chris, why were you gonna do this? Why even think of doing this?
Ralsei had his face of sadness and disappointment. Chris just picked the choice to say, "My lips shall be sealed, and you shouldn't worry, just get off of me, please." Ralsei got up and off of Chris, but he didn't let go of his wrists. He only held one and dragged him back to his bed, and had Chris on the side of the wall, making him lay down, and Ralsei laid down next to him. Oh, what's going on here? Ooh, spicy.
I don't want that to happen again, so from now on, you're going to be like this, so I could know if you get up and out of bed.
Chris groans, but he deals with it and falls asleep, and Ralsei falls asleep after. Next morning, Ralsei woke up still very tired, but he looks over to his right where Chris was, just snuggling into his arm. Ralsei got a bit blushy, but he just shook his head to ignore it and hopped out of bed. Chris's point of view. I felt Ralsei get up and leave, so I woke up and I looked over to see Ralsei stretching. I decided to say good morning to him, and I just see him flinch and look back at me and wave at me.
Chris, I wouldn't expect you to wake up that fast,
Ralsei said, sounding like he was stuttering. I said that I was just an early riser.
Oh, I see.
Ralsei scratched the back of his neck and then looked away.
Well, you should get dressed and get ready to go downstairs.
I don't know why Ralsei sounded mushy saying that, but I just got out of bed and got dressed. 2 minutes later. Ralsei's point of view.
I don't know why I sounded mushy, but at least me and Chris were walking down the stairs and smelling some good food. The smell of the food made me pretty happy, but I was just a bit worried for Chris, worried that he would do that thing again.
Oh, good morning, you two. You ready to eat? Toriel said with a big smile.
I know I am. You, Chris? I see Chris nod, but a smile along with it. I don't know why, but I felt my cheeks turn a tad pink. Is this like a shipping story or something? Like, guys, the tension that I see right now with Chris and Ralsei is just... But I ignored it and sat down and started eating.
Oh, and I don't want you to forget that a friend of yours is going to be coming over and taking you somewhere.
Toriel pointed out to me and Chris, and I had a feeling I knew who it was, so I was excited. Now we just have to finish our food and wait for her.
That is 100% Susie. Come on. Let's get some angst in here. Let's go, boys. Chapter 3. Friends Reunite. Chris's point of view. Well, so obvious to know who is coming over. That is literally what I just said. I just laughed to myself quietly because of how obvious it was. I look over to Ralsei and I just see him scarfing down his food. It's pretty cute just to see him getting excited over things. It makes me at least happy. I'm already done, and a few minutes later, Ralsei finishes his plate. Then a heavy knock came from the door, so I see Toriel, or Mother, go and get it. Third person.
Hello there. It's so great to meet you. Oh, I know you. You're Susie.
Wow, what a surprise!
The one student who presumably eats
Chalk. Toriel kind of questions her own words. Well, chalk or no chalk, it's whatever. But yeah, I'm Susie. It's a pleasure. And Susie sounded a bit more cheerful, which was surprising for Chris. Oh, surprising. Alright, let's go with a super surprising Susie. Well, chalk or no chalk, it's whatever. But yeah, I'm Susie. It's a pleasure.
Hey, Susie, it's so awesome to see you,
Rolsey said with excitement. Hey there, dork. And hey, chump. Susie finger guns. Chris and Rolsey. So are the two of you ready? 'Cause you may like what I have in store. Susie then cracks her knuckles. I can't crack my knuckles, so I'm just gonna crunch, 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 crunch. That didn't sound too cool, I'm sorry. Rolsey just jumped out of his chair and dashed to the door. What the hell was that? Rolsey just jumped out of his chair and dashed to the door, almost making his hat fall off. And Chris dashed to the door as well, but his hat didn't fall off. 'Cause he didn't have one. Okay, you two better behave, or else bedtime is early for both of you, Toriel remarked as the three began to walk off. Chris replied with a choice of, we'll be fine, don't worry. And then they continued to walk together. So chumps, ready for what I have in store for us today? Susie said as she puts her hands in her front pant pockets. We sure are, Rolsey and Chris both say, and then they just look at each other and start laughing a bit. You two are complete dorks, Susie laughed. And then the three kept walking to where Susie had in mind. Alright, so that was the first 3 chapters of the story Deltarune. I guess that's the end of the video. Alright, so if you like this video, give it a like. You hear every single YouTuber say that. But if you guys want to tell me which fandoms or characters you want to see me read, then please tell me in the comments down below. All of the fanfictions that I have written, including the original creators, the books, and the chapters that I have read, will be in the description down below. But until then, see you guys next time. Bless you, Mom!